Yo, okay, this thing should be on. We should be live right now. Alright. Excuse me if I pause with what I'm saying during this video. I'm still watching all the post game coverage, stuff like that. So if I keep looking at my phone, again, I apologize. But man, we're gonna do this anyway. The Boston Celtics are your 2024 NBA champions, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god, bro. Oh, bro. Yeah, talk to him, Al. Talk to him, Al. Talk to him. Talk to him. Excuse me. But oh my god. Bro, the first time since 2008 the Boston Celtics get the Larry O'Brien trophy. Thank God, too damn long. Oh my goodness. I've been a fan since the 2010 season. Well, during the 2010 NBA Finals. That's when I first started to watch the NBA. Got to the Celtics as well within that series. Lost that finals against the Lakers. Obviously, that game 7. And then as the years went on and on, I was very interested, watched every regular season game that was on TV, followed every game that I could, studied the big three, big four with Pierce, Allen, KG, Rondo, and then when they got broken up, later it was the IT era, lots of heartbreak there, and then finally with the two J's, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, long fight. 14 long years have come to this. Man, I've seen 3 different eras of this team in my lifetime. A lot of bumps down the road, a lot of disappointment, a lot of sad summers, a lot of sad months. But to finally witness this moment after one of the most dominant seasons we've ever seen in recent memory, to go 10, no, not 10, to go 80 and 21 throughout the span of the season, both regular season and postseason, to only lose 3 games in the playoff season, only one on the road. This is an all-time team. This is a historic team, and you can say the run we had, the amount of injuries that were in our favor throughout this run, but I honestly don't give a damn. I honestly do not care. You look at all the metrics, all the advanced stats, all the basic numbers. This is a historical team. This team is going up there with one of the all-time greatest teams in NBA history. And y'all might not respect that just because of the the logo we have, our team name, everything, but we don't care. We don't care. We the champs and y'all not. And that's what matters at the end of the day. We're gonna go down in history. Hopefully this will continue very soon in the next upcoming years with Brown, Tatum, all the main core guys sticking with each other. Hopefully Al plays another season. If he retires tonight, then I don't blame him at all for the career he's had. Hopefully we can re-sign Derek White to a long-term extension in the offseason and we'll maintain this group. But man, I love these guys. I love this team. I love everything about the Boston Celtics. And bro, we finally did it, man. Oh, I've witnessed throughout my life, see my team get our asses kicked by LeBron, get beat by Curry in the finals after blowing a 2-1 lead, get beat, get swept in the first round, get beat in the second round. Many conference finals weren't able to pull it through. 2022, we broke through after 12 years of not being in the finals. We lost to the Warriors. Heartbreak. I was in pain that whole summer, but 2 years later, on the biggest stage, the redemption tour, man, to come back from that, especially last season where we lost to the Heat in that game 7, where Tatum was injured and on the first play of the game he couldn't go. Brown's disaster class, for us to bounce back from that and win the chip in such convincing fashion, bro. It's incredible, man. Hey, lift that up, Tatum, man. Lift it up, JT. Please lift that up. Thank you. Bro, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Like, if y'all didn't like the finals, I could care less. I could honestly care less. I don't care. I'm glad y'all didn't like it because y'all been trashing this team for this whole season. This whole season, how good this team was. Y'all didn't believe it. Uh, in these finals, y'all were picking freaking Dallas to beat us in 6 and 7, bro. If you really knew basketball, you wouldn't believe that. I don't care how much you hate the Celtics. You believed that the Dallas Mavericks had little to no chance of beating us 4 times in a 7 game series. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And even then, like this whole season, we've been discredited. No one respected us. They were saying, "Oh, someone out the East is gonna win it, like a Milwaukee, maybe a Miami if they play us down the road." It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We here on the biggest stage and we converted it. Oh man, if y'all played Minnesota or Denver in the finals, y'all get beat. Where are they now? Where are they now? Demon West. Where is this Demon West? We beat the team that came out the West in 5 games convincingly. Blowouts for most of our wins. It was over. I don't care about no Demon West. The West is weak compared to us. No one was beating us this year. Deal with it. It's over. It's over. Y'all gotta deal with the whole summer with a bunch of Boston Celtics fans in person and online talking their shit. It is what it is. It's over, bro. We won it and y'all didn't. I don't care how many players are injured this year. Tough break. We've been, bro, so many years where the injury blood bug played us. KG's injury in 09, Perkins getting a torn ACL, Rondo getting a torn ACL. Jeff Green had his heart had a heart surgery in 2011 22 that season. Bro, the IT hip injury, the Kyrie injury, the Gordon Hayward injury. Bro, we signed Gordon Hayward in that offseason. And in the first game, in the first 2 seasons, in the first 2 minutes of his debut, excuse me, he broke his leg. Bro, he broke his leg on opening night. And you want me to hear y'all talk about injury luck? No, I don't want to hear it. Kemba Walker, his knees gave out on him during the bubble. Hayward wasn't there as well for the most of that run. Like Rob's legs were cooked during the finals run in 2022. Marcus Smart missed multiple games and multiple playoff games and multiple postseason runs we had. I don't want to hear about no injury luck. No, throughout this whole season, we were clearly the best team in the entire league while being the healthiest team in the entire league, and we won it fair and square. Simple as that. I don't want to hear it. And I know you're about to talk so much crap too. I don't want to hear it. Jason Tatum's a champion, an NBA champion. Joe Mazzulla's an NBA champion. Jalen Brown's an NBA champion. All these guys are champions forever. That's stamped to the next of their names. When you go on Bebo reference from tonight and on and onward, you're gonna see 2024 NBA champ right by their name. Right by their name. Deal with it. It's over. Over, man. Bro, I'm on cloud 9 right now, bro. I'm on cloud 9, man. It's an unbelievable feeling. It's an unbelievable feeling, man. Oh my goodness. Um, I guess let's get into the game briefly. Yeah, it was over by the end of the first. We were up by one. Exum, he hit the three to cut the lead to one, and then in those last 2 minutes, Tatum and Brown, the two main guys, the duo that we both drafted, the duo that stayed with this team for years and years, never worked out. Multiple runs were ended in disappointment, and for them to show up how they did in the final 2 minutes of that first quarter, setting the tone on both ends of the court, whether it was the strip Tatum had on PJ Washington, the dunk Brown had, a lot of great hustle plays from the both of them. They put their foot down. They were they were up 3-1. Dallas are trying to come back from a 3-0 deficit to become the first team in NBA history to come back from that said deficit. And for them to just shut off all the noise, to completely change the game, control the game in the home crowd, it was a difference maker. And then just from then on forward, it was an onslaught. I mean, when it came to the 3-point shooting, we got open looks the entire series, minus game four, and they didn't stop there. The only difference was that we were able to hit a lot more of them, a lot more. Shot 13 of 39 from the field. I think the numbers are really skewed because of the amount of garbage time threes he had, but a very efficient performance from three in this game. White hit a bunch of clutch threes. Brown had his looks too. Tatum had his looks. Horford had a lot of clutch shots. Sam Hauser was big too. Hit a lot of no, a couple of huge threes throughout the game. Salute to Hauser, man, too. For him to step up defensively, especially not just this game, but this entire series, I tip my hat off to you, my good man. One of the most underrated role players in this entire league, bro. I can't thank for his service enough. Just great hustle, great effort from him. It like Tatum finally had a great shooting night. The amount of great plays he had with his playmaking was phenomenal to see. Very efficient. He had 0 assists in that entire first half. I think he finished that first half with 9 assists, along with being very efficient from the field. That's what you can do. He is one of, if not the, you can really put him in that conversation of the best playmaking non-guards in this league. That's how great of a playmaker Jason Tatum is. When he has the basketball, just the amount of great IQ plays, just being an engine for this Boston Celtics team, one of the primary playmakers on offense, being able to swing the ball, being unselfish, knowing when guys are open, knowing when to make the smart read. If you told me that in 2019, 2020, that he would be this great of a playmaker, I wouldn't believe you. And hey, that's just the amount of dedication and work he was able to put into his game, and I can't thank him enough for that. I mean, salute to him. Throughout this entire season, he banked on team basketball. That's what he mentioned in all these interviews, and you can clearly see from on the court with his performances. When the shot's not falling, Tatum is still an effective player on the basketball court. Look, man, people are obviously going to say after these finals that, oh, Tatum is not top five, even saying that Brown might be even better than Tatum, which I don't care. My team won a chip and y'all didn't. But he is still one of the most valuable superstars in the league just by making the little things work, by doing the little things, whether it's playmaking, rebounding, defense, which he's one of the best two-way players in this league by far. It's not even close. He deserves to be in the conversation. Just the amount of little things, the small plays, the high IQ plays he makes on both ends, it's phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal, man. And I can't thank him enough for that, bro. That man just I have no words, man. Yeah, I want to go on to like individual players for the series at this point. I mean, it was a blowout for Game 5. Like the game was over by like the first quarter, and if it wasn't, Pritchard's half court heave at the end of the first half was pretty much the dagger. I mean, nothing really much to say. Just Boston clearly looked like the better team compared to Game 4. Had way more effort, even in the first quarter when we were getting like buckets consistently. They consistently had their heads down Dallas. Like you knew they were done. You knew they were out of gas. Luka wasn't getting his looks easily. So for a lot of jump shots, couldn't get to the rim consistently. Kyrie had a horrendous game. He had a really horrendous game. 5 of 16 from the field, 3 of 9, and all the other role players were pretty much non-factors, complete non-factors. When I saw Tim Hardaway Jr. come onto the court in the third quarter, that was the white flag. That was basically Jason Kidd waving the white flag. That was his desperation move, and I just knew that we were able to get it. Yeah, but also, I hope Derrick Jones Jr. is okay. I think he hyperextended his knee right there when he was fighting for a loose ball. Tatum went under his leg, put off his weight towards Jones Jr.'s leg. I hope he's okay. I really do, because he deserves to get paid after this season. That was one of the greatest signs of this past offseason period, was them getting Derrick Jones Jr. on the minimum, and for him to play such high quality like he was doing this entire year, being so effective, being one of the better 3-and-D guys in this league on such a cheap contract. He got the league minimum at $2 million, and for him to just give Dallas so much good value in return was great on their end. So I hope, whether it's Dallas or not, I hope he gets paid a lot of money during the summer. And just to continue about the Mavericks, a great opponent. They had a very good run. No matter like how bad they got being in this finals, this was a phenomenal season. This is a great season to look back on. I mean, Luka's first finals appearance, for the rest of the Mavericks role players, their first finals in their entire careers, for all the role players to step up, like a Derek Lively in his first season, to be one of the best impactful bigs in this entire league was great. Just at such a young age, he's going to be a phenomenal player down the line. Other role players like Josh Green, again, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington at the deadline, Daniel Gafford also at the deadline. Salute to Dante Exum too, for him to revive his career in the NBA after his disappointment in Utah, being a former lottery pick, and just him spending the past couple seasons in the Euro League, for him to step in Dallas's rotation and to be a big guy off the bench, especially with Kyrie being out with that leg injury in the middle of the season. Salute to him. I tip my cap off to him. This kid also had a really solid coaching performance throughout these entire playoffs. Yeah, there's a lot of great positive things to look at this Mavs roster. Whether or not they'll be back here in the near future, although they have Luka, I'm not sure. I mean, the NBA, it's a very competitive league. The amount of parity in these past few years has been incredible to see. So it's not a guarantee, but hey, if there was a chance that they could do it, it will be obviously because they have one of the greatest offensive edges in this entire league in Luka Doncic. And I gave him a ton of crap for this final series with his performance, especially defensively, Doncic, but they wouldn't be where they are right now without him, obviously. And for him, he's still very young, still in his mid 20s, has a lot of room to grow. And if they were to make another finals appearance with Luka, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because that's how great and how dominant offensively Luka Doncic is as a player. So for Dallas, salute to y'all. Mavs fans, I know it sucks losing on the big stage. I've been there before. It's gonna be painful hearing all the takes from the rest of these guys this entire offseason in the months ahead. But hold your head up high, because y'all had a phenomenal season. For y'all to, like, one season from tanking in the last couple of regular season games to miss the playoffs, the play-in entirely, to get that lottery pick, to go from that to make the finals for the first time since obviously the Dirk days in 2011. A lot of things to look back on, a lot of positives to look back on. So for, again, this Mavericks organization, just hold your heads up high and keep chipping, keep adjusting, keep doing the right tools, keep making the right adjustments, and I think it'll be back here pretty soon. Whew, man. Um, I think I want to start off for Boston just to go through. I think every single rotational player, just talk about like their past performance this entire season, even years prior. And I already talked about Tatum, but just as the one option to block all the noise, all the comparisons between him and Brown, to be a leader on this team, I'm so proud of this man. And I'm going to talk about Brown too. Just looking back at the 2017 season, even seeing these guys in the summer league when Tatum had the 11 jersey. I remember when the Boston Celtics fandom, we called the duo 7-11 because of the two jersey numbers. But obviously that didn't work out. Tatum switched to 0 when the regular season started. But just to see these guys grow as players and as people throughout these years has been such a pleasure to watch. Oh my God. Just seeing them grow up and mature and learning from their mistakes, learning how to play with each other. Because the biggest weakness with the two of them as a duo, and people saying can they work together or not, was their ability to work it out in crunch time. And them being this duo where it's just like, oh, you score, I score. Oh, I think with most of the scenarios, Brown's the one that gets hot, and in the second half and crunch time, Tame is the one that has to step up. This season completely changed the amount of ball movement, the amount of great playmaking from those two, especially Jaylen Brown. That's what made this team go. That's what made this offense so great. And just looking at that, obviously the greatest shooting team of all time, so efficient on that end, being one of the best clutch teams in the entire league, having such a dominant record in regular season, 64 wins throughout, dominant postseason. It's just an indictment on how great this duo is. 6 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 finals appearances, and finally in 2024, finally after 7 long, grueling years, the duo together win their first ever chip, cementing themselves as Boston Celtics legends. They can, excuse me, they can be in those tables with the Kuzis, the Russells, the Pierces, Garnetts, Allens, Havliceks, Dave Cowens. They're at that table now because of the chip. Finally, bro, I'm so happy for them, and I want to talk about Brown too, especially last year around this time when Denver won it. I was saying stupidly that Brown should be traded away from this team, especially when he got that huge supermax extension, the $300 million deal. Me being an idiot that I am, I said that we should move away from Jaylen Brown. What I saw in that Game 7 versus Miami, the way he didn't step up when needed to, when Tatum was basically non-existent with his ankle injury, the amount of turnovers, the amount of bad plays, it was horrible to watch. And in my mind, I was just like, bro, this can't work. This cannot work. And Jaylen Brown, thank you so much for shutting me and all the haters up about you, because for you to reflect on that Game 7 performance and bounce back the way you did, having his best year by far defensively. I thought he should have been in All NBA, All Defense, even All NBA too. That was stupid, but to have his best season by far and to step up in these finals, especially winning Finals MVP after looking back at the draft night in 2016 where we booed him. Celtics fans booed him. He was considered to be a raw prospect out of California. Much better prospects people thought were better than him in that draft class. But year after year, him consistently putting the work in, him consistently proving himself to be a great teammate, great leader, great player, consistent all-star year by year, and for him to step up when we needed to, and for him to have so many clutch moments, whether it was the block, well, Whitehead had the block as well too, but for just great defensive plays, great offensive plays down the line, just for him to accumulate all of those plays together, to have such a phenomenal effort, and for him to ultimately win Finals MVP after being doubted for all of his career. Thank you so much, Jaylen Brown. You deserve it. My brother, thank you for this, man. And I appreciate the amount of work, the amount of times you busted your ass for this team, man, over these years. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I'm still not gonna forgive that dunk contest performance, man. That was horrible. But other than that, thank you, brother. I can't thank you much enough, man. Salute, bro. Celebrate all you want. And I know during the celebration, the parade, he's gonna talk the most shit. And damn it, he deserves to talk the most shit because, bro, he did it. He proved the haters wrong. He proved all the haters wrong. And he will go down as one of the few players throughout NBA history that won a Finals MVP award. His name is etched among the greats in NBA history, with the LeBrons, with the Kobe's, with the MJs, with those people. Jaylen Brown is amongst those guys on that list. Um, Holiday, difference maker. Thank you so much for proving everybody wrong. For from his time in Milwaukee, just the amount of again high IQ plays he made, just him being another clutch guy, another OG for the Jays and the rest of the Celtics team was big. I don't know how we did that trade, but we did it. Moving on, Derek White, bro, redemption from 2022 to a 2022 playoffs, especially in the finals, he was unplayable. And for Derek White to again another player that locked in, improved himself in the gym, one of the greatest, if not the best role player in this league right now. He has a huge case. MVP, I'm not really sure, but role player, in that list, he's an elite role player. He's one of the elite. And Derek White, for the amount of heat checks you made in these finals, I can't thank you enough. The amount of high energy plays defensively, I can't thank you enough as well. Al Horford, my brother, man, we did it. Yo, we did it. Thank you. Oh, 17 long years, man, finally won a ring. Thank God he's not on that list anymore, with Stockton Malone being the longest, they being the guys with the most playoff games without a ring. Thank God he's off that list, and thankfully those two guys, Stockton and Malone, can be at the top of said list. Very fitting. But Al, thank you for being a great OG for the Jays. Thank you for your great clutch performance in the playoffs over the years, whether it was the Game 3 in Philly in 2018, the game winner you had, whether it was I want to say it was either game 4, the game 4 you had against Milwaukee, the stare down on Giannis, and for you to be completely clutch in that game as well. The game 1 in the finals, you hitting all of your shots down the stretch in that game 1 on the road, in Golden State against the Warriors in that finals was incredible to watch. So Al, I can't thank you enough. Again, if you retire, I don't blame you at all. 17 long years, I understand, but please stay for one more year because you got another chip to win next season. That's all the starters I mentioned. The bench, Sam Hauser, bro, my brother, underrated. Thank you. The shots were finally hitting in these finals. I can't appreciate that enough. And for just the commitment, the amount of minutes, quality minutes you've given us throughout this year, unbelievable, man. Going from being a bench warmer in the 22 finals to being a major contributor in this year's finals. It's just an indictment on his worth ethic and his improvement over the past 2 seasons. Um, O'Shea, great energy guy when needed to. Great vibes guy. Thank you, brother. Luke Cornett, bro. If you told me 3 years ago that Luke Cornett was gonna be such an impactful player in a rotation this entire season, bro, I would have said you were nuts. Luke Cornett is an NBA champion, man. I can't take that away from him. Nobody can take that away from him, bro. He deserved it. Being again like in the bench guy on multiple teams, whether it was the Knicks or the Bulls early in his career, just to completely change his game to being a rim running big, a quality backup big who can set screens, do the dirty work when needed to, was such a huge part of why our team was so great. So thank you, Luke Cornett, man. I love you, brother. Porzingis, my guy, Chip, man. Chip, bro. Tingus Pingus, bro. I still can't believe it. Thank you for sacrificing yourself tonight. Obviously, you weren't completely 100%. That's why Dallas came after you whenever you were on the floor, but it don't matter. You're an NBA champion, man. 16 minutes, hard fought, 204 from the field, 5 points, man. For you to step up when needed to. I know the postseason wasn't like you wanted on the court wise, missing all these games, but to play a big part in the closing game and even in the game 1, setting the tone for how this finals was gonna go, being as great as he was on both ends, bro. I was so hyped when he had that chase down block on Josh Green in that game 1. I was lit, man. That whole first quarter splurge was incredible, and that pretty much set the tone for how this finals was gonna be. So the Porzingis, thank you, my brother. Pritchard, half court king, the greatest half court shooter of all time. Like, I don't know other players in that convo. You could probably debate about that, but in my opinion, greatest half court shooter of all time, man. You deserve it, brother. And again, another player that I had doubts on, but again, uh, dude put the work in clearly, and he became such an effective role player, a backup big, where a lot of people were saying we don't see him being that type of guy in this league. So I tip my hat off to you, Payne Pritchard, man. Shoot. Xavier Tillman. I don't know why you got so little minutes throughout the season. I don't really care. It doesn't matter at this point. But the minutes you did get, especially in these playoffs, thank you, my brother. When you answered the call when needed to, make clutch plays when you needed to, and for you to step in and be such a key cog of this rotation in such a very short time, when obviously your name was called up, I tip my hat off to you, my brother. Thank you for your service, Xavier Tillman. Salute to you, my friend. I love this team. I really love this team. I love all these players. Love love Brad especially. All the years of coaching the Celtics, all the deep playoff runs, all the late playoff exits. For him to come into this front office and from day one stamp himself as one of the elite GMs in this league, that just speaks on how great of a basketball mind Brad Stevens is. From the Porzingis trade, the Holiday trade, the Derek White trade, even trades that didn't really work out, like Malcolm Brogdon as well too. The amount of sheer value he's gotten from these trades and with these free agent signs as well. Guys like Sam Hauser being on cheap deals, just unbelievable work, man. I really can't love Stevens enough. He's been my guy for a very long time, and although the path is a little different, it's still a championship worthy path for Brad Stevens. So, thank you, my brother, Joe Mazzulla, my friend. From day one, when a lot of people didn't give you the lenience, for him to be in this position, being the interim head coach, obviously post Ime Udoka's controversy in the offseason, barely having time in training camp to have the team be assertive with his scheme, establish a culture within the unit, having a completely depleted coaching staff. Will Hardy and Damon Stoudemire, two of our top assistants that year, both left to head coaching jobs in the offseason. So for him to get such a bad rep in his first year with the amount of short time he had and the lack of OGs he had within the coaching staff, for him to completely bounce back from all the criticism he had during the Heat series, even during the Sixers and Hawks series as well that year. Oh, we can't make adjustments. Oh, when's this fool going to call a timeout? He's too weird. Completely shut that down this entire season this year. And just the way he's established his culture, having all the guys 1 through 15 all lock in as a unit, it's just a sign that he's one of the elite coaches in this league. And I know he's not going to get that credit right now just because of how talented this roster is. But if you know basketball and you know all the X's and O's and you know how valuable great coaching is in this league, you can clearly tell that Joe Mazzulla is an elite head coach. And he's among one of the top 10, even 5 coaches in this league by far, and it's not close. The dude's a little eccentric. He might say things that other people don't understand, other outsiders don't understand, but the man can is a flat out damn good coach. He can coach his ass off. So shout out Mazzulla, man. Love you, my brother, and we're gonna keep this train rolling throughout the rest of the years, man. So salute. Hey, all the Udoka Mazzulla takes completely done. It's over. I had to deal with that for an entire year, man. Hey, I respect Ime, especially with what he's doing in Houston. I think he's got a great team for them moving forward, a great young team. But comparing the two, I just think Missoula's a better head coach from offensively, schematically. It's he blows Ime out of the water, and defensively, he's up there with Ime too. He's up there, so I just think when you compare the two, again, Missoula is clearly a better head coach by a big margin. Big margin, man. We had 35 minutes. Yeah, bro, I'm just so happy. Bro, again, I'm on cloud nine. You can't tell me anything, bro. I'm about to be celebrating this whole summer, man. We champs, bro. 14 years, man. It's been a long ride. It's been a long journey, bro. Like looking back, big three got our ass kicked by LeBron. IT era got our ass kicked by LeBron again. JT and JB that era. To start off, we got our ass kicked by LeBron in the conference finals. We got our ass kicked by Curry in the finals. But it didn't matter. All these years of pain and suffering and postseason have come down to this. And it finally got wrapped to us with a Larry O'Brien trophy, an NBA championship. And you can't tell me and the rest of us nothing, bro. We're champs. We're champs, man. I don't know when the parade is. When the parade it comes, whether like whatever day it is this week, where I'm gonna be celebrating. I'm also not gonna be in Boston, but hey, from distance, I'm gonna be celebrating from here. So I don't got anything much to say about that. Uh NBA season is under wraps. Long off season ahead. Lots of potential great moves ahead. Can't wait for that. Like you said, coaching spot is gonna get taken up by JJ Redick. Which leads me to one thing. ESPN. If you guys had any dignity as a corporation, as a business, you would rip up your contract with the NBA to cover finals games. Please rip it up. You guys would do a horrible job at it. From the presentation, from the pre and post game shows, the announcing crew, everything was really poor for these finals. And it's been like that for years now. Many years. And I got so many things to say, man. The amount of commercials are a pain. The lack of analysis during the pre-game, halftime, post-game shows is very lacking. Just the lack of care and effort from ESPN as a company to cover these games, it's atrocious for how much money they bring in year to year. And just the little things too, like not having starting lineups, showing that, which I remember as a kid seeing ESPN show that. Where is it now? Bro, it was so lit getting hyped for every finals game and seeing the Miami Heat get lit, the seven nation army getting lit pregame, seeing the Spurs get lit for pregame, seeing the Mavs get lit for pregame, all these teams getting lit, all the home crowds getting lit with the starting lineup being called in each game. That was fun watching those moments as a kid, and now those moments are gone. I don't know, man. Like ESPN needs to do a lot with their NBA coverage moving forward. They got so many things to deal with, and they gotta do it. They gotta do it soon, bro. Because like I can't take any more years of this. Like I really can't. Like it's a pain to watch. It's not good to watch at all. It's really not. I just want to get that off my chest, but we're nearing 40 minutes now. I'll wrap it up with the conclusion. If you guys have made it here to the end, thank y'all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on other social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok, all the handle at Lunchroom Debates. Show some support on those channels. On YouTube, we are less than 200 subscribers away from 1K. And with me and Matt, we've been talking about this before the summer's over. I'm gonna say it again. We gotta hit 1K before summer's over. We do. It's a must. And I know with you guys, we can do it. So thank you so much for love and support. And again, the Boston Celtics are NBA champions. Jaylen Brown wins Finals MVP. And signing off. Good night, y'all.